Hello, my name is Nick. On behalf of Lori Rivas and myself, I will be covering our instructional design plan. Our client is Mohawk Valley Community College, situated in Utica, New York. We are creating a library instructional module for their English 101 class. During this module, we hope that students will gain transferable research skills, such as identifying a peer-reviewed article, accessing articles in a database, and knowing when it's applicable to read or use a peer-reviewed article. Our learning goals for students include the ability to learn the necessary skills to produce effective work for English 101, to gain the ability to conduct research at the library, to identify reliable sources of information, and to cite resources correctly. Specific skills we'll cover in our session include the ability to locate and use the course guide, complete a keyword search in the library database, obtain scholarly articles related to their topic, use search skills such as truncation, Boolean operators, and multiple search terms, to locate the cite button in a database and correctly cite a resource using MLA format, to demonstrate an awareness of how librarians can help throughout the research process and know how to contact a librarian for further assistance, and we want students to indicate an increased research confidence through our post-class survey. We will be employing a flipped classroom model at the request of our client. So we'll have our lectures take place prior to the session, activities during the session, and afterwards we'll have an assessment quiz. Our pre-class activities will include 2 different activities to introduce the material to our students. For our first activity, we're going to list out 5 references, have the students sort them by credibility, submit their responses online, and the instructor will use said responses to guide instructional emphasis. For our second activity, students will complete an online tour of the library. Then, using the 5 items from Activity 1, they'll conduct an online search, accessing both the library website and a search engine. For each of the items, we want students to note a link to the material, what type of material they located, from where did the creator gather the data, and any additional thoughts they may have on the resources. Also, we want students to submit any questions or concerns they want the instructor to know prior to the session. Once our session begins, we're going to open with a Kahoot quiz. It will be a multiple choice quiz on how to use the library. And this also will present a time for students to anonymously submit questions via index cards. We'll begin with a classroom lecture. This will be a brief lecture on the importance of the library and the resources for college research. We'll briefly explain what was covered in the pre-session activities. And we'll also provide prior to class a text format of the lecture outline and notes to be sent. Our activities will begin by asking the students to navigate to the library website and locate the course guide. Will be followed up by a demonstration on screen by the instructor. After the demonstration, students will use the search function to locate a book related to their topic. The instructor will locate an item in the library catalog on screen after the attempts are completed and explain some of the key areas students will look at to determine if the book is available and where to go to retrieve it. Next, we'll begin covering how to locate scholarly articles by briefly explaining what it means for an article to be scholarly, giving examples. We'll ask the students to locate one scholarly article related to their topic written in the past 5 years. And lastly, we'll ask the students to take the article they located and write a citation for it, as if it were going in a works cited. After the activities, we'll have a wrap-up where we will re-explain the importance of research skills and how the library is here to support students in their work and give them a way to contact librarians. After the session, we will have an assessment quiz. It will be an exit ticket style quiz to be sent out to assess the skills covered in class, and lesson grades will be based on the completion of the exit quiz. Students will demonstrate a series of skills related to the specific skill set we covered earlier on what we want our students to learn. And lastly, we do have some considerations to make our materials more inclusionary. We will include multisensory materials. We will have printouts of materials, outline, and notes. We will use a sufficiently large font, and we will use Microsoft Word where possible, as the program can read documents back to the students. Thank you, and have a nice day.